Willkommen zurück bei Kathy Rain in dem Krankenhauszimmer von Charles Wade. In der letzten Folge haben wir über den Vorfall 81 gesprochen. Jetzt sprechen wir über die anderen 4. Mal schauen, was uns Charles Wade dazu noch sagen kann.
You bought a number of paintings by Lily Myers. Why?
I'm known to dabble in art from time to time. Martha, my wife at the time, was enamored with the paintings. I believe she first saw them at the high school which the Myers girl attended. Anyway, after the poor girl killed herself, I bought the paintings speculatively. When a young artist with any talent to speak of commits suicide, it can be a wet dream of certain connoisseurs. Shortly after procuring the art, I had it valued by an expert who determined that the value was 3 times the amount I bought it for. Today, I'm sure I would have made my money back tenfold or more if it wasn't for the art theft.
What art theft?
There was a burglary at the mansion I used to own here in town. It was all over the local news at the time.
Well, shit.
Eloquently put.
Alles klar, die wurden anscheinend gestohlen. Sprechen wir da nochmal.
Can you tell me about the art theft?
Well, somebody broke in, stole the paintings, and got out. Very clumsy job. Lots of broken windows. The strangest thing was that I had a Monet, a Rembrandt, and 2 paintings by Picasso, untouched. But every single painting by an unknown local artist, gone.
That can't be a coincidence.
Agreed. Somebody wanted those paintings badly.
I assume there was an investigation.
Yes, Sheriff Truman came by with his deputy a few hours later, but they didn't have much luck. They found a few hairs, which turned out to be from Ruffles, the family dog.
Some stunning police work right there.
Indeed. There was a single witness, though, who said he could make out multiple burglars leaving the scene of the crime, but nothing more than that.
So, I take it the case was closed?
Yes. I honestly didn't care much one way or the other, given the fact that my most expensive pieces were safe and sound.
I think I'll have a chat with the sheriff about the matter, if that's okay with you.
Certainly. I'll call ahead and instruct him to give you everything you need.
That'd be great. Thanks, Charles.
Anytime. But I'm curious, what's your interest in the paintings?
I've learned that my grandfather went to Sue and asked to see them, right before he had his injury.
Is that so? Strange.
Das ist richtig. Das ist alles noch so ein bisschen abgedreht hier. Schauen wir, was wir noch so rausfinden.
Do you recognize the call sign Cocky?
Would be strange if I didn't, since I was the one who coined it. It belongs to a fellow named Jimmy Cochran. He was a coward, really. The nickname is somewhat of a bad joke.
Perfect. Thanks.
Okay, dann sprechen wir nochmal rüber.
Tell me about Jimmy Cochran. Is he still alive?
In a literal sense. He's been held in a mental institution for years.
Let me guess. Since 81?
Either 82 or 83. I'm fairly certain it was early 83.
Do you remember the name of the institution?
Something starting with an E. Emerson, Everton, or similar.
Ingstrom? Ingstrom Psychiatric Hospital?
Yes, that's the one. You know the place, Kathy.
I do. My mother is in there. Sharon Evans? I had her committed about a year ago.
I see. It must have taken a lot of courage to do that, Kathy. Mothers have a lot of power over us. More than most of us care to admit.
I guess so. Do you know why Jimmy ended up in there?
Some obsessive-compulsive syndrome. He became fixated with circles and started hurting himself, trying to scratch the circles out of his head.
Creepy. I wonder what set him off. I think I'll check the place out tomorrow. Too late to head back to the city now.
Okay, also der ist auch in dieser Nervenanstalt.
What can you tell me about the Church of the Holy Trinity?
They seem like any other church to me. But then again, I'm not their usual clientele. Weddings, baptisms, and funerals are just about what I can muster. and I always leave early.
Ich bin echt mal gespannt, wie das hier weitergeht. Ich habe noch so gar keinen Plan, was hier passiert sein könnte.
Thanks, Charles. That's all I need for now.
You're welcome, Kathy. Come back anytime.
Habt ihr schon eine Idee, was hier passiert sein könnte? Wenn ja, lasst es mich gerne wissen. Wir gehen jetzt erstmal zurück. Ich glaube, wir fahren jetzt wieder zum Wohnheim. Weil es ist ja zu spät, um in die Stadt zu fahren. Oder so? Ah ja. Okay, anscheinend noch nicht. Dann würde ich sagen, fahren wir doch einfach mal zur Kirche. Und schauen uns da den Ort auch nochmal an. Daher sind auch diese 3 Kreise.
Hello, Father.
Greetings, my child. I'm glad you decided to come here.
Yeah, but just so you know, I'm not here to join your church or anything.
Oh, I would never assume that.
Good. So, with that out of the way, I have some questions.
Anything you need. I'm Isaac Price.
Kathy Rain, but I'm guessing you figured that out already.
I did. Rumors spread quickly around here. So, how can I be of service?
Alles klar. Dann los geht's.
Do you know anything about what happened to my grandfather in 81?
It was the work of the devil, I'll say that much. Joseph was a kind man. He did not deserve such a fate. You heard my speech at the funeral, Kathy. I meant every word. He was a great man who did much good for this community.
Did you know him personally?
In a way, he and my father did charity work together. Joseph was around a lot when I was young. They collaborated on a few different projects for the homeless and for the troubled youth, among other things.
So my grandfather was a member of the church?
I wouldn't say that, no. He was a friend of the church, but he wasn't a religious man. He believed only in philanthropy. That being said, Joseph was the person who convinced me to become a priest.
Really?
Oh yes, I was a teenager back then, full of rebellion. However, Joseph made me realize my sinful pride and showed me how I should follow my heart, regardless of what others might think. And for that, I'm eternally grateful.
Okay, dann, tja, also er war kein Mitglied, aber er war ein Freund dieser Kirche. Irgendwas muss es doch mit diesen Kreisen dazu zu tun haben.
Does the name Lily Myers mean anything to you?
It does. I was a substitute teacher in her high school for some time before I was ordained.
Really? Did you know her personally?
We weren't close. I only knew her as much as a teacher would know any student.
All right, so how did she seem toward the end?
For one, she started skipping school a lot. And when she did show up, she was absent-minded and moody. She always looked depressed and hunched down like she had a whole world on her shoulders.
Any idea of what caused this change?
Not a clue. All I know is that when she returned from that last summer break, she was a whole different person.
Okay.
Do you know who Jimmy Cochran is?
I don't recognize that name, no.
Okay.
Do you know anything about an art theft at the Wade estate in the 80s?
I have just a vague memory of reading about it in the paper.
Care to tell me the history of the church?
I'd be happy to. The story is a fascinating one. This church was founded by my father, William T. Price, in the 70s. Back then, he made his living as a traveling salesman and was driving through this area as he'd done so many times before. However, this day was different. My father held dark thoughts in his mind. He was angry, thinking of evil deeds, even considering swerving off the road into a rock and ending it all. Then suddenly, divine intervention. 3 bright lights appeared. The Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost, the sign of God. This epiphany was the moment my father had been waiting for. He sold all of his belongings and took me and my brother to live with him here in Conwell Springs. Soon thereafter, he built this church and started gathering followers. They began to refer to him as Father Bill.
I take it that window up there resembles what he saw when he had this epiphany?
Indeed. The stained glass window depicts the Holy Trinity as witnessed by my father.
Do you know exactly when or where this event took place?
Why do you ask?
Oh, just curious. It's a captivating story.
Well, it was in the spring of 1971, but my father never told anyone where.
Okay, so what happened then?
People flocked to Father Bill. He started teaching, writing scripture. The church flourished and continued to grow all the way up until his sudden death in 1983. That's when I stepped in to take leadership of the church.
I take it that the church started declining after the death of Father Bill?
Yes, naturally so. With such a magnetic personality, he was irreplaceable. But I assure you, the church is still very much thriving.
Looks kinda empty to me.
It's not really our peak hours.
What's up with you handing out pamphlets at funerals then? Trying to reel people in at a weak moment?
I'm going to assume you meant no disrespect, child. I'm simply providing divine guidance when it's needed the most.
Okay. Das heißt, sie haben auf jeden Fall Dreck am Stecken.
Do you recognize the men in this picture, Isaac?
Only your grandfather, and that's just because I was given a similar picture for the service the other day.
Okay.
I don't need to show him.
Okay.
That's
Na
all I need
gut.
for now, Father.
May the Lord shine his light on you.
Ja, bla bla bla.
A striking resemblance, to say the least.
Vielleicht kennt er das?
I could, but I think I have more to gain from a subtle strategy. I'll keep it to myself for now, until I know more about this church.
Okay. Sonst können wir hier, glaube ich, nichts machen, ne? Ich glaube, da durchgehen lässt er uns nicht.
Locked.
Oder ist es
It's an
zugesperrt?
altar. You know, the place where they put the sacrificed goats, kids, and other crap.
Alles klar.
Locked.
Verdammt. Okay. Ja, ist jetzt natürlich die Frage. Also der Vater hat nie erzählt, wo wo das quasi passiert ist. Mit dieser Offenbarung. Das sieht aber hier schon ziemlich ähnlich aus, würde ich sagen, oder?
Well, this is it. This is where the picture was taken. I'm not sure what I expected to find here.
Das ist die Drogenpflanze.
I need to clear my head.
Ja, raucht doch die Pflanze. Ach, der Vogel.
What the?
We've met before, haven't we?
Nee, nicht wirklich. An einen gruseligen Glatzkopf mit Make-up würde ich mich erinnern.
I don't think so, Mr. Clean. Unless seeing your face on a bottle of detergent counts.
Always the joker, aren't you, Kathy?
Who are you? How do you know my name?
You told me, remember?
I feel strange. Am I dreaming?
It's the mending I will try to facilitate.
Ich will keine
You're not
Vereinigung
real.
mit dir.
I'm lying asleep in my bed right now.
Focus, Kathy. Listen to the drowned girl.
You mean Lily? What about her?
She's the anomaly, the missing refrain, the convergence point of things past and events yet to happen.
Dial down the metaphors a notch, would you, Mr. Kafka? I get enough of that shit in English class.
I knew you wouldn't disappoint. I'm glad, given how much trouble I went through to be here. You see, my name was taken from me, so I claimed a color in its stead. The next time we meet, you'll know the exact hue of red. You're on the right path, Kathy. Follow your grandfather, and everything will work out in the end.
Was zur Hölle war das denn?
Wait, what? How did I get here? Am I going crazy? Am I turning into Mom?
Okay, wir gehen mal hier rein. Da müsste Omi hier sitzen.
Oh, hello, dear. Glad to see you again so soon.
Hi, Grandma. I just thought I'd drop by.
Sure, hon. Stay as long as you'd like.
Okay, erstmal mit Oma quatschen.
Mind if we talk for a bit, Grandma?
Not at all, dear. What's on your mind?
Do you know who Jimmy Cochran is? He was a friend of Grandpa's.
I believe he teaches at the flight school these days.
I don't think so, at least not anymore. I was told he was placed in a mental facility.
Really? He always struck me as a kind man. Maybe a bit nervous and on edge, but not crazy.
There's more. I found out that Jimmy asked Grandpa for help not long before Grandpa ended up in that wheelchair. Jimmy sounded really desperate. I'm sure what happened to Grandpa that night had something to do with his cry for help.
You should go find the man then. Surely he must know something.
That's the plan. I just wondered if there's anything else you think I should know about him.
Not really. We haven't stayed in touch since Joseph was injured. I know that he had a wife, Agatha, and a son, James. Agatha passed away from cancer years ago, but as far as I know, James still lives in the city with his family.
Okay, thanks, Grandma.
Okay.
I don't see a reason to ask.
Okay.
I don't see a...
Okay.
What do you see in this picture, Grandma?
I have no idea, but it's quite an eerie display. What is it?
I'm trying to figure that out. I found the picture hidden in the attic.
Oh, come to think of it, the trees do look similar to the ones in Conwell Woods.
Yeah, it was taken somewhere in that area. I found out that the flower in the picture matches a rare local species.
Aren't you clever? Do let me know if you come across anything else.
Do you know anything about this flower, Grandma?
I can't say that I do. I remember seeing it growing in the woods, but I didn't think much of it at the time.
Okay, da weiß sie anscheinend auch nichts drüber.
Bye, Grandma. I'll be back later.
So long.
Okay. Wo wir gerade mal hier sind, gehe ich einfach mal auf den Dachboden. Vielleicht haben wir hier noch irgendwas, was wir...
A worn office chair on wheels. Mr. Good idea.
Okay.
Nah,
Da ist nichts mehr drin.
an old type. It looks like someone was doing geometry. I can't make...
Vielleicht mit dem hier?
I don't see how those things work together. Just some old bill.
Okay. Na gut, ansonsten ist hier glaube ich nicht mehr viel. Dann würde ich sagen, gehen wir mal raus. Schauen wir mal, was jetzt passiert. Okay. Wir versuchen nochmal hier dahin zu fahren. Kommt dann der Typ wieder, oder? Ah, warte mal.
Hello? Creepy bald guy. Guess no one's home.
Stück Papier.
What's this?
Okay, erstmal anschauen. Der rote Mann.
A bald man dressed in red. Oh, creepy.
Tja, der rote Mann.
It's endangered. I'm not gonna take it without a really good reason.
Können wir die auch so rauchen?
I'll try most things once, but I think I might have a better use for it.
Na gut. Hey, mir eine Zigaretten?
I don't see how those things work.
Na gut, okay. Hätte ja sein können. Okay, sonst ist hier nur die Blume. Dann würde ich sagen, nutzen wir doch diesen wunderschönen Anblick hier in dieser Waldlichtung und verabschieden uns für heute von Cathy Rain. Ja, wir werden in der nächsten Folge auf jeden Fall zu der Polizei fahren und da einfach mal schauen, was da genau passiert ist oder was wir da noch rausfinden können. Der Charles Wade wollte ja den Sheriff anrufen, dass der uns jegliche Informationen gibt. Aber das finden wir da, wie gesagt, in der nächsten Folge raus. Ich bedanke mich recht herzlich fürs Zuschauen und ja, wir sehen uns in der nächsten Folge. Bis dahin, auf Wiedersehen.